Hey guys, Omar here with Overlanding Just Cause. In this video, I want to talk about things that you should carry in your vehicles. EDC, everyday carry, but I want to just talk about the basics of what I carry just in case something happens. Now this video is kind of inspired by what happened a couple weeks ago here in Virginia, where we had a snowstorm. And for Virginia, when I say snowstorm, I mean 5, maybe 6 inches. I know for the people up north, a snowstorm is like 3-4 feet. But for here in Virginia, 5-6 inches is a lot. And what ended up happening is on I-95, people got stuck for hours. And when I say hours, I mean like 15 hours plus. So that's kind of one of those situations where if you find yourself in, you can help yourself by having some of these things. And majority of the things that I'm going to talk about, you already have. So it's not like you have to go out and spend a bunch of money. All right. So let's talk about it. So the very first thing I want to talk about are the basics: food and water. An extra bottled water or just a Camelback. So here I have my fridge, right? And I have several bottles of water in there, not just for me, but hey, in case of an emergency, I can share it with other people. But I also carry a Camelback in the back of my vehicle, right? I just slide it underneath and it's always there. Now, it's not always filled with water. It has water in it now. Now that it's cold outside, it stays at a good cold temperature. This bag I got at Walmart for $14. It comes with the bladder itself. And what's cool about it is it has pockets. So as an EDC, everyday carry, if my vehicle goes down and I have to commute a certain distance, this bag will be enough to get me home at least, right? So not only do I have water in here, but the second thing that you should always have is some kind of food. Now, whether it's a couple granola bars or the applesauce packs, whatever you want to carry, something that would just give you a little bit of energy to get to where you need to go. So here, I just have a regular MRE. It doesn't mean that I'm going to eat the whole thing on one commute, but at least I have something to sustain during a trip. A good point to all this is understand how far your commute is. I personally work about 17 miles away from where I live. So I know that in any given day, Monday through Friday, if something happens, I'm at least 17 miles away, okay? That's gonna take me quite a few hours to get home if I have to walk. If the roads are shut down, if my vehicle breaks down, nobody can come and get me. I have water, I have food at the minimum. This bag doesn't take up much space. I have it underneath the front seat and easy to grab, easy to put on, and it's not high speed. It doesn't stand out. I know a lot of guys like to carry the tactical packs, and that's cool, but let's say it's some kind of disaster where people are mobbing. This is much more lower profile. So something to think about. I'm all about wearing tactical gear. It looks cool. The stuff is well made, but if you're just trying to blend in, this will do the trick. The next thing I want to talk about is light. You'll be lucky to get stuck and have to walk home during the daylight. So a lot of times, hey, it's gonna get dark on you. It's good to have a flashlight. You see mine is mounted by Quick Fist mounts, and I just have it here, and it's something that I just keep there all the time. Every couple weeks, I hit the button to make sure it still lights up and that the battery's good. Another good option, a cheaper option, are these headlamps. You can get them at Walmart for less than 10 bucks. So these are good to have. I have it stuffed in here. And so now I have 2 lights. I can keep one in my head, so for when I'm traveling, and I have one of a more spotlight type. Another thing I keep close is just a regular pocket knife. Now, I always carry a pocket knife. It's a good tool to always carry with you. You never know when you need to, cut a box open. This stays here on my door panel. And let's not forget to mention that it's good to have for self-defense in some kind of close contact scenario. Another thing that you should always carry in your vehicle is a first aid kit. Now, it doesn't have to look like this. I got these 2 packs from a buddy at work. They're medics. They've given me trauma kits and things like that I can use. but it doesn't have to be that complicated. A simple first aid kit from Walmart would be good. I even saw one on Amazon, $12.99 for a bunch of different things. It had over 90 things, all of which would be great in an emergency situation. Not only for self-aid, but if you need to help others. Last thing I'll say about the first aid kit, make sure you know how to use the stuff. Whatever you have in that bag, that you stuff in that bag, number one, always keep it in the vehicle, and number two, know how to use it. Something else to think about is the season. So, for example, during the spring, fall, and summer, 99% of the time, I'm wearing flip-flops. I wear it to the grocery stores, I wear it to the gym, I wear it to cut grass. I wear flip-flops all the time, right? If I could wear it during the winter time, I would, but I don't. But with that said, in the summertime, even though I might be going somewhere and I'm traveling an hour, for example, I might have flip-flops on to go to a soccer game, let's say, but there's always an extra pair of shoes in the back of my car. Doesn't mean I'm gonna wear them, but if something happens where my vehicle breaks down and I have to walk a certain distance to get more gas or something like that, I have something to wear versus flip-flops walking on the street for who knows how far or how long. Now in the wintertime, it doesn't matter if you go to work in dress shoes or sneakers. If something were to happen where the vehicle breaks down and you have to travel, this might be good enough. This is gonna hurt after a couple miles. So be mindful. And if it's snowing, if the weather is horrible, this isn't gonna last long. So if you're prepared, you know the weather, hey, it's snowing outside, maybe having a pair of boots in the back of your vehicle is what you need to do. Now, understand, I'm not just talking about in the back of a big car. This could be for any vehicle. For example, my wife drives a Ford Focus right now until her Bronco comes in another 10 years. And in her trunk, she has an extra pair of boots, she has an extra jacket, and she has an extra blanket, which takes me to my next thing. Have an extra jacket. Have an old blanket from the house that nobody uses anymore. Just throw it in the back of your vehicle and just leave it there. Just in case something happens, like you're stuck on I-95 or some other major highway because of this snow blizzard that came out of nowhere, and now you're stuck. Now you can't move. Emergency people can't come in to help. Nobody can come and get you out of there. Yeah, you have your nice jacket that you wear to work or that you wear, over your suit, but having something else can save your life. It doesn't have to be high speed. It doesn't have to be expensive. It doesn't have to be lightweight or anything like that. Just have something that you can cover yourself with to stay warm until help comes. Okay, the next thing is recovery gear. Now, I know what you're thinking. I drive a Prius and I don't have a winch mounted on my Prius. But recovery gear doesn't just have to be a winch, and it doesn't just have to be for off-road vehicles. So have a tow strap. Nothing wrong with giving traction boards. Even for smaller sedans, traction boards would work. And they don't take a lot of space. Throw it in the back, put it with the spare tire. Something is better than nothing. Now, obviously, if you have a winch, if you have the traction boards mounted, which I don't yet, those are all things that will help you. If you don't have that, hopefully you get help from somebody that does, but you can't always count on it. Along with recovery gear, I want to talk about this. This is a Gulu. This is a battery jump starter. I got this on Amazon, 160 bucks. It is on the pricier side, but you can find them a lot cheaper and they'll still work. You just need to make sure that it's charged up. So, a couple things about this. Obviously, in the dead heat of summer, I'm not leaving this in my vehicle. So it's one of those things that I need to make sure I bring with me, especially if I'm going on longer trips or taking a longer commute somewhere. During the winter time, I leave it in my vehicle. Another thing is you have to make sure it's charged up. So every couple months, I check it to make sure that all the lights glow, right? I should have 4 bars. That means it's fully charged. This is not just good if your vehicle, doesn't start. I can charge my iPhone on this. It has a flashlight. There's just a lot of good reasons to have one in your vehicle, which leads me to my last point. For this, let's get in the Defender Ender, my Jeep Commander, the phone charger. Now, not only do I have the 12-volt plug, but I also have the 110 plug. If something happens where I need to leave my vehicle, this is gonna come with me. I'm just gonna shove it down in the bag, and if I have to leave, I'm moving with it. If my phone dies, I can stop somewhere and charge it up. If I don't have anything to charge it up with, that's where that battery jump starter comes into play. I'm taking that with me and charging my iPhone that way. Communication is very important, and if you don't have any way of communicating with anyone, they're not gonna know where to come help. And then the absolute last thing, the most important thing, and if you don't get anything out of this video, please get this. The last thing that you should always have inside your vehicle is gas. This has been a pet peeve of mine since I started driving. I try not to let my vehicle go past half a tank. Now, I understand that a lot of people will fill up Monday morning before they go to work, and they already know because of their routine that they don't fill up again until Saturday morning, right? But just understand that something can happen during the middle of the week. Now all of a sudden you're stuck on 95 in the middle of a snowstorm where help can't come and you can't get out, and now you only have a quarter of a tank of gas. That's just a recipe for disaster. So try to break the habit of waiting till last minute to refill your tanks, and understand that it doesn't matter if you have a gas guzzler or you have something that gets 40 miles per gallon. When you're stuck, you can't get out of a situation, and you're in your vehicle using it for heat and it's idling, it's gonna still suck gas. So you wanna make sure that you're as prepared as possible for those kind of circumstances. Okay guys, so listen, that was the end of the video. I hope it helped. I hope somebody got something out of this. And if I missed something, please leave them in the comments below, because other people read them and they learn from your comments as well. Just realize, guys, that, hey, I'm in Virginia, but someone in Nebraska might have a different EDC for their vehicle. Depends on the season, depends on how far your commute is. Please be safe. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next week for the next video. Take care.